What's up, angels? I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I am going to talk to you guys about lane positioning today. So right now, as I am currently sitting, I am in lane position number 1. If I go to the middle, I am now in lane position number 2, and if I go to the right, I am now in lane position number 3. The reason these are important is because depending on the situation and where you're at, you're going to want to be in one of these 3 different positions. So if you're stuck in heavy duty traffic, you know, you're going to want to be in position 1 or position 3 depending on where you're at. Typically, I like to be in lane position 1 whenever I'm around a bunch of traffic because, you know, you want to make sure that if you have to pull off, you have a space to your left to be able to pull off and go into the emergency lane or the escape lane. Another thing is if you're in lane position number 2 and something happens to come out from underneath the car that's in front of you, you're going to have a significantly harder time trying to evade that item. I have had everything from a ladder to a box to just complete and utter random stuff just get thrown at me while I'm on the bike traveling down the highway. So that is something that you guys definitely want to be aware of. And something like this where I'm chilling, I'm typically in this lane position right here, lane position number 2, where I'm in the middle of my lane because if somebody is intoxicated or whatever and they come flying up past me half in my lane, I still have some room to be able to maneuver away from them. Whereas if I'm right here and somebody comes flying up in this lane here, I'm going to have a significantly harder time catching that and then being able to get out of the way fast enough. That being said, guys, obviously you want to be very, very aware of all of the vehicles that are around you, both in front of and behind you. Right now, I can see that there's this big box truck up here in front of me. I know that that truck is going to have some dirty air coming off of behind it. So I'm going to push myself over here into lane position 3 because I know, A, there's no vehicles that are really coming up behind me on my right. I don't have to worry too much about the people coming out of the alcoves and stuff like that up here. I'm obviously keeping an eye on that, but I really don't see any significant or pressing issues with vehicles coming out right now, so I'm comfortable being here on the right, so I'm not as affected by the dirty wind coming off of this vehicle. And as you just saw, like, he's kind of swerving into this lane a little bit with his back tire, so I definitely wouldn't want to be in lane position 1 or be directly behind him if I can avoid that. The only other thing I really have to add to that is when it's raining, you don't want to be in lane position number 2, just because if it is raining, this area tends to be a lot more slick, and also vehicle tires aren't going to travel on here, so it's going to dry a lot slower than like lane position 1 or 3. When it is raining, you do want to try and travel in the tire path of the vehicle in front of you, so that way you have a little bit less water in your way, like they've helped to move it out of the way, and those are also typically the areas that do dry up faster. That said, guys, I love you guys. Please be safe, ride safe, get home every day. Stay happy, healthy, and humble. Peace.